Hello everyone, it's Lovecat. Today I got an interesting topic to talk about with you guys. Not sure if it has ever been discussed on a thread or in a video, but I thought this would be a pretty cool idea. So if we get enough views and possibly likes on this video, maybe Gabe Newell will see it and something new completely will be introduced into Steam. My idea is Steam lending. So instead of actually trading the item, the person could lend out an item for a specific amount of hours. So I think this idea is pretty neat because, for example, somebody has a golden frying pan and they don't want to trade it away. They don't want someone else to actually have the item, because later it is not possible to get it back unless you didn't take out your email verification, but it's going to be really complicated to get your item back. So I thought this would be a pretty cool idea of Steam lending. So Steam lending, for example, I have my Circling Heart Villain's Veil and somebody wants to borrow it, but I don't actually want to trade it away. I think it would be neat if there was an option where I could put in my Villain's Veil and click lend this item for a certain amount of hours. I could benefit from this as well, so I'm not giving this item away for a few hours for nothing. The other person could pay me, so they would actually, for example, 2 keys for it, and they get to borrow it for 24 hours. I would receive those keys, and I would get to keep those keys, because it's kind of like a car lending service, for example, where you get the car, but you still have to pay for it, basically. So, people would pay me, for example, 2 keys for 24 hours. I wouldn't have the veil, but they would have the veil, and they wouldn't actually own it, and Steam could include an option at the bottom where it would say, this item has been lended for this amount of hours from, for example, Dr. Lovecat to whoever. And I think that would be pretty neat. So, for example, somebody's lending a golden frying pan. For example, they want 10 buds for 24 hours. There you go. He just made 10 buds. He didn't have his pen for 24 hours, but right as 24 hours ended, the person didn't have to trade back the item. It just came into the owner's backpack automatic, and I think that is why it's neat. A perfect example of this you can find is in a game called RuneScape. Not sure if you ever played it. Lots of players were lending party hats and those Santa hats, and people would actually have to pay RuneScape gold for it, and that way the owner of the item could make profit and lend out item. And just because I'm talking about Team Fortress 2 items, this option does not only apply to them. It can apply to CSGO items, any game base, but there should be a few limitations. You should not be allowed to trade, for example, strange items, because there's a kill count on them, and this could make it buggy, and I just don't think strange items from Team Fortress 2 should be traded. There's also other items that should not be traded. Other items that should not be landed are keys, refined, paint, name tags, anything along those lines, because there's no point for it. There should be no option for it at all, because there's no point of lending a name tag if the person will not be able to use it, unless there's a bug and the person will give away a name tag basically, but it'll just create complications. So I think the best option should be you can lend unusual hats, CSGO skins, I guess you could. I'm not too big in the CSGO business, but I think that'd be pretty neat. So I think Steam should consider this, and we will see what happens then. Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to give a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and tell your friends about this channel. And stay tuned for more awesome content, tutorials, gameplays, and more fun, crazy stuff. But I'll be going for now. Bye, everybody.